Well, the mystery of the Disneyland Resort continues this week with this thoroughly unexpected day here at DCA. Monsters Inc., Web Slingers, Goofy Sky School. What is going on here? We're going to talk about that, plus some food, some drinks, and some park science. This is our State of DCA report. This is Fresh Baked. Now let's get this show started with a little vibe check down Main Street. Coming to you from Buena Vista Street here at California Adventure on a lovely Monday morning. It is 11:27 as we start the show, 67 degrees out. It is a perfect start to a day here, I must say. I can't imagine a better beginning weather-wise for a video. Hi guys, good morning. Hi. Right on, guys. There's Molly again, yeah. Thank you. We saw Molly earlier this morning when we were doing a little B-roll. I gotta say, the vibe here is pretty mellow. Hi guys. It is very average right now. I am not feeling any of that pressure that we've been feeling in previous weeks. The parks have been incredibly busy for the week leading up to this day, or 2 weeks really. But today, I don't really, it's just kind of normal. It's kind of an everyday here at DCA this morning. Apart, that is, from the exceptional greeting that we have been getting as we open this show. A lot of fans out here on Buena Vista Street. Thank you guys for joining us on this State of DC report. I am your host, David Erickson, and if you haven't watched the show before, we are going to take a complete tour around the entire park, entire DCA here. We're going to go to every land and every attraction, talk about what's new, what's newsworthy. We're going to do some park science. We're going to show you some go, no-go situations, tell you how to, read a queue on this given day, maybe get some food. I think I got an idea for some food, but look at this. Look at just unexpected. It's probably, I don't know if this narrative is going to flow through the rest of the afternoon, but I'm just a little bit surprised. I gotta say, a little bit surprised by the normalness. It's not dead. It's just an average day because, we're expecting big holiday crowds for the rest of the month. It's December 1st as I record this. First day of December, I'm really excited about that. Oh my God, I love the holidays. I love Christmas, especially when it's in proper December. You really feel it. Everything, the lights shine brighter. The mornings are a little bit crispier and cooler. The food is better. So I'm really looking forward to getting this show going. Let's get down to Hollywood Boulevard here in DCA. By the way, that Christmas music rocks a little harder on December 1st, does it not? This is pretty busy here, actually. There's really not, as I was preparing for this trip this morning, I didn't really find a lot of new stories to discuss. We might be in danger of just messing around in the park today, doing like a vloggy vlog. Of course, with the usual, as I mentioned, park science and just talking about how to visit, making your days better, making your days more efficient, teaching you how to go to DCA. But this is going to be a fairly routine day, I think. And I know some of you people are nodding. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm down. I don't need any news today. I just want to go to DCA and have a good time and feel this vibe. It's here. As always, we will begin at Hollywood Studios, which again, looks dead right there, doesn't it? 11:31 now as we begin our morning here. 11:31, it is kind of quiet in here. Part of that could be because there's no festival booths back here. What's going on with the Festival of Holidays? Why have they just ignored the Hollywood backlot? Nothing's happening back here. I mean, it's not like Food and Wine. Food and Wine, they'll even do some presentations over here, but they've always got at least one or two booths here. Two, I think there was two last year. Was there not? I don't know, I can't remember. I remember coming back here and eating though, because Liz and I got some food and went back there and enjoyed the show. But no, nothing much happening here in the Festival of Holidays this year. Hopefully you guys have watched our video that Liz and I did from Festival of Holidays where we eat everything. Our goal, whenever a festival comes along at DCA, Food and Wine, Lunar New Year, Festival of Holidays, it's our goal to eat every single food that's at the kiosks out there. Fewer than there have been in the past, so it was a little easier to do this year, but one of the other goals we get to have is I drink a bunch. I drink a lot, and we try to see how that affects our day. Check that video out if you haven't already. Check out this wait time. What is going on? That says 10 minutes. And I honestly don't know how to process that, because we're not, good morning. We're not doing this on any different day. We always do these on a Monday. We're not doing this on any different time. We're actually maybe 30 minutes early than usual. And last time we were here 2 weeks ago, I turned around right here. I didn't even, did I? I don't even know if I got this far. I'm not even sure if what in the Monsters Incorporated is going on right now? All of this was full. This straight down, all the planters were full of guests. It was what in the tarnations? We're gonna walk right on to Monsters Inc. right now. What a fascinating development this is. I mean, if we got the time, right? We could, I just can't believe it. You know it's a quiet day in the parks when I get in queues and go on rides, because generally speaking, I don't do that when I do these state reports, because you know, they're usually pretty busy and I don't have a lot of time. I try to get, rush through things pretty quickly because I'm seeing the entire park. We're going to be here for an hour more. So I don't have 45 minutes to kill sitting in a queue usually. But today, I mean, if they're going to just give us a gift like this, amazing. What in the, I have no explanation for this whatsoever.
Hello. If you are new to the area, the Monstropolis Chamber of Commerce would like to welcome you.
Neither confirm nor deny the presence of a human child here tonight.
I tried to run from him. When this human child throws me with his tongue.
Sowski, on my birthday, I thought you cared about me.
You done that, boo?
We're almost there, kiddo.
I can't remember if I've ever heard Roz do the hurry back bit at the end there. Wow, that queue sure did fill up fast. Well, it's because they haven't extended the back planters back there, but now there's a backup out here for standby. So people have seen that 10 minutes and made that call to action. They're gonna start growing that queue back there. But for so for those of you who are wondering, why am I so shocked and at a 10-minute wait? You guys, Monsters Inc. is, I don't think it's ever not been 45 minutes that I've ever come through here. 45 minutes forever, for as long as the day is long. It's 45 minutes, period. Every single week we come through here, it's 45 minutes, every single week. And all of a sudden now it's 10 minutes on December 1st. That's just incredible. Something's up. Let's see if we can't find some more of that. Maybe Mission Breakout is at a discount. Okay, I just saw Charlie go off there. Let's take a look. I haven't done this for a while. Let's see how many elevators are open, how many gantry lifts. Charlie is up. We'll just kind of pay attention here. You guys keep your eyes peeled. I'll do the same. We're looking for Alpha and Bravo. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. Still no elevators. Come on, guys. Let's see some screamers. I know you could stand here and wait. It takes about 3 to 4 minutes for all three to cycle. Even if there's one closed, it's still 3 to 4 minutes. So we may have a minute here to, to find out. Oh, there goes Alpha. We got 2 running. That's good. 2's the minimum. They got 1 running, just say no. If there's just 1 elevator, if there's just 1 going, that's pretty much a no-go for me no matter what. I don't care how dead it is. It takes forever for them to cycle guests when there's just 1 gantry lift open. But if there's 2, you're that doubles your occupancy, that doubles your capacity, cuts your wait time in half if there is just 1. Now if we see Charlie open up before Bravo, That's bad. We're looking for Bravo and not Charlie. And it's now been a minute 40. We should have probably seen Bravo by now. I would think. It is often the case that two will open up very close to each other, and then you got to wait a minute or so for the other ones. So the fact that we're waiting now. Oh, there goes Bravo. We're 3 for 3. When they're running 3, that's pretty much a go situation for me at Mission Breakout. I do love when they're running 3. Let's take a look. Oh man, there's a bit of a lightning lane wait here. That's all lightning lane on the right. That says 45 minutes, which is pretty good for Mission Breakout, especially if you're dealing with lightning lane here. It looks like they are pretty full back here though. I thought I might get a break in this standby. We're gonna find a place to pull over, get out of the way. There we go. So they are using all of it back there. Pretty full crowd, but you notice there's a lot of people moving. This queue's moving, that queue's moving, that switchback's moving, that one's moving. There are 4 switchbacks in motion, maybe 5 back there. If you learn nothing else about watching queues from this show, it is to watch for that. Watch how fluid. Does it flow like a river or does it sit like a lake? Okay, if it's flowing like a river, that's good. If bodies are constantly moving, that means that the queue is moving, that it's going well, there's not a lot of interference from lightning lane. It means that things are progressing the way they should. If people are posted, if they're sitting, if they're leaning up against stuff, if they're compressed, if the people are close together, that's not good. That means they're getting hammered by lightning lane and they're having a hard time processing this, and it's going to take a while. It's going to be, it may or may not be that 45 minutes, it may be less, it may be more or whatever, but what it's not going to be is enjoyable. It's not going to be like a Pirates of the Caribbean type experience, and that's always the goal. Pirates is the greatest queue in the world because it moves constantly, always, especially when there's no lightning lane. It is a constant moving queue, and no matter how long it looks, you know you're going to keep moving all the way until you get to your boat. So they're not out here in the bonus section, but it looks like they are building queue, or no, oh no, they're taking down queue. It's the opposite. They're deconstructing, which is a great sign. If you're arriving here, that's a great sign. If you see them taking down queue, it means it's not as busy as they were expecting it to be. Another visual cue that Mission Breakout right now is a go situation. When I got here this morning, when I looked at the crowd out in front, it was right after 11 o'clock. So that should have been that's usually a park hop time. The crowds at 11 o'clock out there in the Esplanade getting into DCA is usually pretty beefy. It's usually pretty deep. You can expect to wait a little bit to get into the park. It wasn't bad. I waited like a minute. And then, the traffic that I was seeing on Buena Vista Street, both when we opened the show and when I was doing the beat one before, not too bad at all. And we're getting more the same as we all the way to Avengers Campus. The next test is going to be Web Slingers. Oh, hey, thanks guys. Thank you. Next test will be Web Slingers to see if that's, because that's trouble. That queue is usually trouble. A few people in the street here though, but that is partially due to the fact that the Dora Milaje are educating guests on how to be warriors. So that diverts all the traffic to this side when that happens.
Excellent, well done, brave warriors. Can you take it a step further? Would you like to see a Dora Milaje training sequence?
Checking in at Avengers Infinity Defense as well. If you watched our last construction report, you've been saying they've been adding every week more and more of that truss system, that white steel, and sort of the building of that structure. It's starting to come into focus a little bit. Pretty amazing stuff. And look, that's the first time I've seen that crane fully, set up for probably delivery of more of that truss system. They've slowed down. I think we mentioned this in our update last week in our construction update. There's been a delay with the construction of the Avengers Infinity Defense by about a couple of months or so, I'd say. So they kind of slowed down a little bit, but that feels like it is moving again. So perhaps they've gotten those things resolved, I hope. Let's check out PIMS. It is 11:54, definitely lunchtime. Although this is the slower end of the lunch rush, and that's 6 guests right there. This is quiet. Not very busy in here. This is quiet. Been looking for holiday food to try to enjoy while I'm at DCA, but all the holiday food is at the kiosk. There's just a couple of items. There is a new item here, but it's not a holiday. It's the, well, I guess it is. It's the chimichanga, the Deadpool themed chimichanga. I would get it, but they served it last year, and I wasn't that crazy about it. Some people were super stoked that they brought it back this year. They thought they really enjoyed it, but I did not enjoy it very much. Let's take this across the street to Avengers Vault. One thing that we often do to try to test the crowd levels is to see how easy it is to walk through a gift shop. And that's what we're doing now. Usually it's pretty breezy, and then we're gonna, oh dear. My goodness. This is gonna take all of about 18 seconds to make our way to the other side. That was not difficult at all. Not busy at this juncture at the Avengers Vault. That was a breeze.
In your own way, you shall overcome. Continue in these ways, allies, and you will leave this place better than you have found it. Now, we could stay here all day and teach you more secrets of the Dora Milaje, but we must leave you now. The Black Panther has been alone for far too long.
He's usually up there when they're doing this, but I don't see him.
Until next time, warrior allies.
We'll keep moving.
Wakanda forever!
Looks pretty light up here, I must say. As we approach Web Slingers, I have a good feeling that this is not going to be a very intense experience either. Oh my heavens. Okay, it says 35, but I don't believe you. I'm sorry. Look at, okay, dead empty here, which is not a surprise. That's not, you know, it's often the case that is empty, that section. I think that's the back of the queue right there, you guys. Are you serious right now? I'm not going to do another ride, am I? It's noon. It's 11:59. I'm making pretty good time as I make my way through the park, but oh my gosh. Yeah, they don't have the blue bullpen open either. This is usually 10 or 15 minutes back here. That would be 10 minutes or so. All they've got is this section here. The back of the queue is right there. Oh my gosh. That's maybe 15 minutes to the door, if that. Maybe 10 or 15 minutes to the door. So 10 or 15 minutes to the door, plus Peter for 5. The part, you know, the part after Peter, when he's doing his thing, his presentation, that usually doesn't take more than 7-8 minutes to get to your vehicle. I'm thinking top here, and that includes the pre-show, 12, 10, probably 22 to 25 minutes, and it probably less than that. And if you want to, you know, depending on how you draw the line, where does the, you know, when does the clock start? When does the show begin? I mean, I kind of feel like the show begins with Peter's presentation, so I'm thinking the wait time is 10. There's just no way. You know what? I'm gonna pause here for a second. Let's mark the back of this queue. Let's get a clock going. I want to see how long it takes for them to get to the door. By the way, look also at see how much, this is what I was just talking about, see how much space there is between these guests, see how much not crowding. When people are standing around and waiting for a queue, they tend to inch closer because your human instinct is to feel like you're going somewhere, like you're making progress. So you inch forward and you close the gaps. But if the queue is moving very well, that human instinct does not happen, and you tend to allow more space between guests. So that's a very good sign that this is a quick moving queue. Incredible. Is it gonna happen right now? Is it happening now? I think it is, yes. Back of the queue just entered the pre-show room, 4:21. 4 minutes, and you can't see that very well because, well, it's very glary. You can see me. Incredible. Figure, you know, we'll call that 5 to get in the room. Another 5 to see Peter. Another 5 to see Peter, that's 10. Another 5 or maybe 7, 8 minutes to get from the end of the pre-show with Peter to your car. So 17, 18 minutes all in. Incredible. Again, that's not a queue that you ever get a discount at. I have been coming through here every 2 weeks for years, at the same day, on the same time, and I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen the queue that we just saw there. Just like the Monsters Inc. queue. Wow. Big crowd out here to meet Spider-Man, though, my hero. Single best meet and greet you'll find at least here at DCA, possibly in the entire resort. Spider-Man meet and greet is incredibly good. Especially if you're a little one. He is awesome with the little ones. See, look, he's awesome with the little ones. Oh my God, as if to make my point. Cruising through this report, you guys. We're already on our way to Cars Land. I'm hungry. Maybe I should keep that promise that I've been making to myself to get something to eat at the Cozy Cones, because I haven't had anything to eat there since they opened that. Well, I was there for the opening of the new kiosk, the new ordering station, but I haven't been there since. Although I'm not really all that crazy about the food offerings. I may have to get one of those cones that aren't quite as good as the cones you can get what is it, the How to Train Your Dragon Land at Epic Universe? So good, man, those are great. Disney needs to steal that recipe. Busy here on Route 66 though. Amazing that we're gonna see two of the shortest queues I've ever seen at Monsters and at Web Slingers, but we're probably gonna get a pretty standard queue here. Hi. We're gonna get a standard queue here at Mater's, I think. Still a discount though. 20 minutes is posted right there. And yeah, I mean, that's 15, 20 minutes right there. It looks bad. It looks like a lot of people, but it's not. That's actually not very many people at all. That'll be less than 20 minutes. I'm gonna say, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 rotations. Yeah, probably 5 rotations, 3.5 minutes each. So yeah, a little under 20 minutes. And again, I don't know if it's going to come through or not. I didn't shoot the queue. We're going to go to Luigi's in a minute, perhaps after we eat. Hi guys. But I was here, what was it, Wednesday? Was that when the queue was out the door? No, I was here on Friday doing construction, and the queue was out. I did get video. Queue was out the door at the front, and they were using all the switchbacks in the back. Luigi's was like easily 30, 40 minutes. We'll check on that next, but I am starving. I could eat one of those mac and cheese cones or a chili cone or something like that. I suppose at Cone Queso, we'll go, yeah, it's pretty empty here. Just a few people waiting. That's it. We'll just get right in here. Wouldn't mind a cheeseburger. They don't serve those here. Stuff we did at the Cozy Cones. I found something. I found some new stuff. I found some seasonals. I think this is seasonal, because I don't remember this being on the menu before. This is Jerry's Junk Truck Cone. Okay, Jerry's Junk Truck Cone. Chopped fried chicken, garlic mashed. Ooh, there's mashed potatoes in there. I just ordered it sight unseen, basically. I was looking for anything that looked out of the ordinary. I'm like, give me that junk truck cone. Garlic mashed potatoes, corn, chicken gravy. I love gravy. And cheese, topped with green onions. I do love green onions. I am concerned though. I am concerned about the chicken, the chunk, what do they call it? Chopped fried chicken. It looks like those chunks that we saw, on the Food and Wine or the Festival Holiday food booths that I didn't enjoy, that they weren't quite cooked right or something. That does seem to be the scary part of that. And obviously served in, let's unwrap that sucker. Served in a cone, I don't know what kind of cone this is, what kind of bread, but a bread cone of some kind. I mean, the presentation is actually pretty good. The presentation looks good. Let's get into this as delicately as we can. First, I'll try that chicken with a little bit of that mashed potatoes and gravy. All right. That piece of chicken wasn't bad. It's gonna be hard to show because I can't tilt it too much without spilling everything. Here's some of that mashed potatoes and cheese. Oh, okay, we got the whole bite. That is surprisingly good. I need more of that mashed potatoes. There you go. Look at that right there. You guys seen that? Yeah. All right. This is $13.49. One of the reasons why I don't like getting cones generally is you don't get a lot of value. The portion is a little light for $13.49 than they would just give you a plate of it. They would give you more if it was in a plate. But the $13.49 includes the bread cone, which generally, I don't know about you, but how many of you actually eat the bread cone? I might eat some of it, just kind of like the sourdough bread bowl. You're paying for that bowl, but you're not going to eat much of it, so it doesn't seem like a very good value. But at least the flavor's there. This is pretty good. Yeah, a fair amount of chicken in there. We still got 3 or 4 more pieces to go, but you got to get down there and dig a little bit to get those mashed potatoes. Luckily, I also get to wash it down with a new drink here. I think this is new. This is a strawberry paloma, tequila, Topo Chico, and strawberry syrup garnished with a lime and strawberry gummy candy, which both of those, oh no, the lime's still there, but the strawberry gummy candy has sunk. But I'm not really in it for that, even though I will enjoy that when I find it. I'm in it for the tequila and the Topo Chico. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that's kind of refreshing. Kind of crisp, actually. It's very cold, obviously, because of the ice, but the tequila doesn't quite dominate as much as it might normally. The Topo Chico really kicks in. That is very tasty. Wow. All right, I gotta finish this and get back to work. This cone, oh, by the way, did I tell you there's actually corn in there too? I don't know if I mentioned that. There's actual corn in there. Yeah, man. That's pretty darn good. I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5? No, 3.5. I'm gonna give it 3.5 out of 5. I would give it 4 if it was just the the entree without the bread bowl. I feel like I'm not getting quite the same value as I want. I'd rather just have a plate of this, but obviously they're not going to do that because it's the Cozy Cones. 3.5 out of 5 out of this, but the demerit is for the price. 4 out of 5 on this guy. I think I'd still rather have a proper margarita, even though tequila is my favorite alcohol. 4 out of 5. This is delicious, but not as good as the margarita, which is a 5 out of 5. Cheers, Fresh Bake. Actually, hold on. How's it going? Now we can get back to work. Quick stop at Flo's V8 Cafe at 12:42 p.m. Still in the lunch rush. Light crowd here at Flo's. Look at that. That's about 8 guests. That's going to take just a few minutes. Easy peasy. You don't even have to worry about mobile order on a day like that. You can just walk right up. When you get here, it is absolutely a good strategy to, if you're choosing, let's say I want to eat at Flo's V8 Cafe, it's a good strategy to just show up. Roll up first. Don't just jump in the standby queue. See where it's at. If it's a queue like that, then just get in it. Just get in it. That's going to take you about 5 minutes to place your order. If the queue is out the door, if it's lined up, then stand there while you're at the Flo's, right? Stand there. Book your mobile order. It might be for 30 minutes into the future, might be 10, 20, 30, who knows. But you could literally just stand there and refresh it until it's the time you want. Or you could book that 30 minutes, go ride Luigi's, then come back and get in there, or do something else, Mater's, what have you. But you could, if you want, you don't even have to do that. You could just stand there. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. I just get whatever the first time is on there. I don't even care how far into the future it is. Almost every single time. All the time. I'll book whatever. I don't care how far it is in the future. An hour, 2 hours. I've done 2 hours before. And I would say probably 75% of the time, which is a high number, 75% of the time I can get that to now. I can refresh it down to now. The other times I'm just getting it down to something that's reasonable. I go do something else, I wait 10 or 15 minutes and then I have my food. It's so easy. And yeah, if you want to just get that 30 minutes, it's 15 minutes for the Luigi's right now. This queue, as I mentioned before, was out the door, the back of the queue. So all of this was full, all of it. It was out the door. Incredible. You never see that. This was on Friday. Thursday was even busier, but that's Thanksgiving. That's an outlier. I mean, Friday's kind of an outlier too. Maybe that's why we're having a more normal day, because it's a normal day. It's not Thanksgiving Day or Black Friday. But we're walking straight in. So far, no stopping. I wonder if they filled this up too. I've been in this queue before. That was nuts. I've actually been in that queue. And I've also been in the queue when all of this was full, but this was full on Friday. All of this was full. Amazing. It's very rare that you see that. I was thinking about getting in this, but not quite slow enough for me. We got to keep moving. Do we dare hope for a reasonable return time for Radiator Springs Racers? Probably not. Even on slow days, the biggest attractions will still have big wait times. Here, Radiator Springs Racers, Soarin' perhaps, at Disneyland Space Mountain, Indiana Jones, that kind of thing. So it's probably still going to be in the 90-minute range is my guess. Huh? It's not short, but it wasn't 90 minutes either. It's 65. I'm actually quite curious. Let's go take a walk and see how real these queues are. No action over here for Lightning Lane or single rider. Pretty breezy so far. I wonder how far we can get. Do you think we'll get to, let's see, past the first garage? Do you think we'll get to the bottle room? Probably the first garage. There's the back of single rider, so that's pretty standard. That's about 10 minutes right there, maybe less. You like to see that queue back there if you're single rider. You like it seeing anywhere around the fountain. You like to see, oh, we found the back of, there he is. We found the back of Lightning Lane also. It's right here. That's actually, that's not too bad. That's manageable. But we're still going. We're still going here for standby. Wow, it is not, yeah, we're through the first garage. You know what, let's just keep going. We're not getting in this queue, Fresh Baked, though, I promise you. I don't have, it's probably not an hour, I'll say that. We're through the second room here. Yeah, so we're almost to the bottle room. This is the maintenance, you know, the garage for car maintenance or whatever, car service. So we're near, that's actually pretty great. It's been a while since we've reached this point when walking the standby queue here at Radiator Springs Racers. Hi guys, if you're dead set on getting in standby for single rider, or I mean for Radiator Springs, if you're dead set on doing standby and you find that queue, that's a go, get in it. You're in good shape. You're not getting a lot of competition right here with Lightning Lane, single rider. Well, you're not in. Hey, how are you? You're not in competition at all with single rider. But by the way, for those of you, just to clarify, if you are a standby guest, you are not losing your seat to a single rider guest. Those, if they don't put those single rider guests in the cars, that seat would stay empty. So it actually works in your advantage, because now all of those guests who are choosing single rider, this is how single rider is good for standby. Hi guys, how are you? And it's I see that, I hear that a lot from guests. Like they, especially if it's camera, especially if it's groups. It doesn't matter if it's groups or an actual single. Every guest that's in that single rider queue helps you as a standby guest. The single rider queue exists to make the standby experience better. And it also makes the single rider guest experience better as well. Quiet here as well. Backside of Flo's V8 Cafe. Very, very peaceful day so far, which again is pretty incredible. Incredible because of the state of the reservation calendar right now. I just checked it earlier, and so the park is kind of dead. Can you buy a single day ticket? Well, you know what, I didn't check that. Incredible because of the state of the reservation calendar right now. Tickets are available, so it's not as bad as it was last week when I stayed at Disneyland when single day tickets were sold out. It was full. You can still buy a single day ticket today, but the reservation calendar for Magic Keys is still a mess. This morning, 12 straight days are sold out right now. 12 straight days. They do not want me or you, if you're a Magic Key holders, they don't want us in the parks right now. They do not. They want single day ticket holders and multi-day ticket holders in the parks right now. It's very difficult. I've had to hustle. I've never had to hustle so hard to get just even one reservation. Right as we speak, I've got 3 notifications set up. I'm trying to get dates for just. I'm trying to get next. I can't even get next Monday, week from today. I have only Fridays right now. I have Fridays, and that's it, because I have to be here for those for construction. But I also have to be here on Mondays for states. And that brings us to San Fransokyo. Looks pretty hectic in here, actually. This looks kind of busy. Another place where I need to have more food. Oh, Baymax, yay! And Hiro. All right. What a great meet. That's the second best meet and greet here at DCA. Spider-Man and Baymax. There's Cocina. That's, hi guys. 20 or 30 minutes there for Cocina. Always pops here. Always pops. Let me show you guys something real quick though. I'm gonna show you. Hi guys. We got one of these on our Festival of Holidays video. This is delicious, non-alcoholic, house-made orange yuzu and cranberry agua fresca. That was amazing. I drank that so fast, it was unfair. Oh, they got a Paloma seltzer. No, I don't like seltzer, so I probably won't get that. Tequila Sunset agua. Oh no. Why do I regret not getting that now? Next time. The margaritas here at Rita's are also quite good. I haven't tried their seasonal stuff yet. They've got the hot blueberry cider and a bourbon berry elixir. I haven't tried either of those. I did though try that Irish hot chocolate. Do you guys remember me talking about that? Did you guys see the video? Did you guys see our Festival of Holidays video? I tried it's the Irish hot chocolate. It's hot chocolate and whiskey, and it was life-changing. It was absolutely life-changing. Dead here at Lucky Fortune Cookery. Is there even anybody in standby? There's 5 guests in standby right now compared to Casino, which has like 60. I don't understand it. I mean, on the one hand, I get it. I understand it. They've got a kick-ass menu. The tacos are great. The birria is great. Maybe they need to reconsider that menu at both at Cas Cafe and because I don't think that people are actually all that into the karage thing. I think, even though it's been sticking around, or maybe it's just the chicken teriyaki, very average. The chicken teriyaki, it's kind of a bland, safe food, very average. But I suppose, people do order. I don't know, man. They got to do something with that menu there, I think. And with that, we'll take our opportunity to cross the bridge here out of San Fransokyo, and let's go take a look at the tip board. Okay, away we go. Golden Zephyr, 5 minutes, walking right on. Goofy Sky School, now that's more like it. That's what we're expecting to see. Maybe we're just there too early, and my goodness. Goofy Sky School is at 55 minutes with a return time in 2 hours. That's actually high. That's above average. Grizzly, now back, okay, I mean, it's not, well, it's toasty out right now. I would totally go on Grizzly River Run right now. And at a 5-minute wait, you bet, it's worth it. Mission Breakout, 40 minutes, that's pretty light. Oh, now, I can see the vehicle parked on the track right now. It's stuck. So Incredicoaster is not happening. It won't happen for a little while. Whirlwind is 10. What? Come on. What? I gotta screenshot that. That does not seem right. How is that possible that Jesse's Critter Carousel is 45 minutes? Who would get in that queue? I ask you. I'm gonna ask you when we get there. Who's gonna get in that queue? That's gotta be some kind of typo. Jumpin' Jellyfish is 5 minutes. Little Mermaid is 20. Looks pretty standard back there. Luigi's is at 20. Mater's is down to 10, so that cut that in half. Philhar Magic, Mirabelle's Gifts of the Season, Monsters, there we go. Now that's a little more like it, 50 minutes. That's what we're used to at Monsters. So things have picked up. The crowds have definitely picked up since we've arrived here. We started at about 11:30 a.m., which is normal for us though, by the way. It's just normal. Pixar Palaround's 45 minutes. That's pretty standard. Radiator Springs Racer, 65 is standard. Silly Symphony 5, Walk On standard. Soarin' 40, pardon. Oh my gosh, now you gotta refresh. Now I wanna go back and see if Jesse's still 45. Is it refreshed? Let me see here. I don't understand, 45 minutes. That's just so weird. I don't understand it. Okay, Monsters, where it should be, 50, 45, that's right, we're at Radiator, Silly Symphony 5, Soarin' is 40. Okay, that's about normal. And then Toy Story is pretty beefy at 70, so those big attractions are still getting attention here. 70 minutes for Toy Story. We'll see if that queue is representative of that. And there's Web Slingers at 40, 3-hour return time. Toy Story, by the way, what was that? 5 hours, 5.5 hours return time. So it is busy. It is busy in many places, just not when we've been by there, I guess. Now, I do not want to waste very much time here in this next trek into Pixar Pier, because I absolutely must find out what a 45-minute queue looks like at Jesse's Critter Carousel. There is absolutely no way on this earth that ride should ever be more than 10 or 15 minutes. It's a walk-on. Most typically, it's 1 rotation, 2 rotations max. Where would they even put 45 minutes worth of guests? There's no place to, external queue space out there. We'll see. I'll show you. There is the very closed Incredicoaster. It was closed on our previous visit here. We did a stacking video, which I don't know if I published that yet. A second stacking video. We were able to rope drop a breakdown on that. Also going down for a refurb in January, separate from what they did before. This is routine maintenance, but it is going down. Incredicoaster will be in January. There we go. I mean, it's probably not going to be, this is going to be such a letdown. I swear, this is going to be it's only been 7 or 8 minutes, maybe, since I checked. It's not even, come on. Okay, so yeah, the queue is obviously not 45 minutes. I want to go check the app again. What are they calling it here? So that's what it's supposed to be, 5 minutes. This is a normal queue. There's 1 rotation, not 17. I don't understand. Yeah, it's a glitch of some kind. I'm just looking at the app right now. The app still has it at 45. The app still shows 45, but you walk up to the sign that says 5 minutes. I was gonna say, man, there's like, okay, I told you I was gonna show you. So the queue would pop out right there. I guess you could run them around or by the fountains here, this little gap right there, I guess, some of them perhaps. Although I feel like that's maybe, but that's not enough for 45. So if it was 45, they would have to run them out here into the street. You could maybe send it around this corner, but then that is interruptive of the Incredibles meet and greet that happens around the corner, which there is nobody here at the moment, but it would meet that easily. So you have to put it out here into the street, which is completely unideal, obviously. But the question is moot. Not 45 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, let's go check in on that. There it is. So there's that other vehicle stuck on the tracks there. So they've already obviously rescued everybody from that situation, which they do very well. It's actually kind of cool. I would like to do that one day. But they have not even sent the car back. So this is going to be down for a little while. You see a car stuck on the track like that, you know it's going to be down for a little while. You're looking at least another hour or so, maybe more. And when that happens, you ever seen those posts on social media about, oh my God, look where the back of the queue is for Incredicoaster? I saw one just a couple days ago. I think it was Thursday, maybe Friday. I think it was Friday on social about the back of the queue was, well, oh man, I don't know if I can even show you. So obviously, they would fill all this up. They would send it up the pier, around the corner, down towards the entrance to Pixar Pier, past Nick's Next, down the bridge. And if I recall, that queue was probably down at the bottom of the bridge, about where you would turn right to head into San Fransokyo. The idea that one would see that queue and say, yes, that's for me. I know that there's not a lot of attractions here at Incredicoaster, but just come back, try 2 hours later. Just try 2 hours later. It gets that way, the queues get that way because the ride breaks down and, everybody who had a lightning lane comes in because they want to, it's like an emergency situation, they want to get into that as soon as possible. Plus the people who were stuck on the ride get a lightning lane. So it creates a situation where there's a sudden emergency rush. You see that from time to time in other attractions, but for whatever reason, it's the most noticeable here at Incredicoaster. I'm not sure what that dynamic is. But yeah, so if you see that, you could just say no. You could do something. You know what? There's no shame, Fresh Baked, in going on Jesse's Critter Carousel. I'm just saying. Once they get that lightning lane situation figured out, once they clear the lightning lane, that's when standby becomes a little bit more manageable. You have to wait a little while for that to happen, but just, if you can, try to do something else. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is flipping the script completely. What a fascinating day this is. It went from dead to this is the back of lightning lane. I wasn't sure what I was looking at before, but this is the back of lightning lane for Toy Story. Heckin', my goodness. That's why it's 70 minutes. That is the fullest I've seen in a very long. I've seen worse. I have seen worse, but that's the fullest I've seen in quite some time. Wow, and this is a short standby. They're calling it 70 minutes still. That's a very short standby, but it's 70 minutes because this short group has to wait for all these people. I wonder, do they have a breakdown here at Toy Story? Low-key shocked. I thought for sure there would be a breakdown in there. That's been open all day. That has been open. It's just progressively gotten busier and busier, which is what we've seen here. And Incredicoaster's only been down for maybe half an hour. So I would think that, when Incredicoaster goes down, that does push those guests into Toy Story, but nothing like that. And that's usually not lightning lane. Usually that's standby where you see that effect. Lightning lane, they just come back later. They don't jump into the other attraction. They can't anyway, because unless they're stacking. They can't because there's probably some kind of reservation situation, cool down or whatever. It would make it difficult for them to just change gears and get into Toy Story. In fact, the Toy Story return times are like 4 hours from now. So when Incredicoaster breaks down, it's not like you could just jump into the lightning lane for Toy Story because it's 4 hours from now. Meanwhile, at Pixar Palaron, they were calling it 45. This is not. That is nothing. That's virtual walk-on. That's maybe 10 or 15 minutes. For the swinging gondolas, you got this one queue. They're going to split that in two, and so you got maybe 15 minutes or so. Same thing for non-swinging. It's around the corner. I'm not sure how far. I can see the queue ends right about there. I can see guests there. I don't know if it's running this length from this perspective, but this corner right there is generally speaking 15 minutes. So we're under that time as well. So Toy Story is nasty, but that's an anomaly. I don't feel like that's representative of the park getting into a worse situation. That's an anomaly. For some reason, it's incongruent with what else is happening here in the park. It's still pretty dead out here. Speaking of ride closures, Emotional Whirlwind is also closing on January 5th for maintenance. Don't know what they're working on, but it's not a big deal. They're posting 10 right now. Easy peasy, this is no big deal at all. That's an easy 10 minutes. Yeah, normally I feel a lot more intensity in this part of the walk on the way to Paradise Garden, so definitely the crowds are not here today. They are not here. 2 rotations at Silly Symphony, we see a queue up there, but nobody on the stairs. Halfway down the stairs is the second rotation. So if you're more than halfway up the stairs, you won't have to wait but maybe 10 minutes. We'll pop into Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta because I want to show you guys something that's really bumming me out lately. I keep wanting to eat here because it's so easy. It's so easy to get food here. It's nice and quiet. You don't have to wait hardly at all. But they don't have the ravioli. You guys remember the pesto ravioli? Right now they've got spaghetti with meatballs, creamy marinara primavera, and then the 4-cheese roasted garlic chicken, which is that guy right there. No, I don't know why they don't have that pesto ravioli anymore. It's such a shame. Looks like the pizza's hot and fresh. Actually, this looks better than the pizza at Alien Pizza Planet. There's your pepperoni. And then they've got a, where is it? Oh, here it is. They have a seasonal one. I'm not going to try that. It's the holiday pizza. Roasted turkey with roasted butternut squash. No, thank you. No, thank you. Butternut squash on my pizza? Come on. I will do pineapple, though. You guys might remember, 6 months ago or so, they were testing the, you could self-checkout. It's been a while since that's been here. That didn't last very long, maybe a month or so, that test. So I'm guessing it didn't work as well as they liked, or perhaps guests just didn't care. I don't care. I don't want to self-checkout, if I'm being honest. I don't mind checking out. I would prefer to check out with a cast member. Paradise Garden Grill. They've got a little bit of a menu going on. We did get tacos dorados de camarón. I hope I said that fairly well. We got that on our previous visit. Those were really delicious. I got to try that carne asada wet burrito though. I really need to try that. They've also got here the berry pomegranate paloma, which was pretty good. We got that at the festival kiosks, but they serve it here as well. Maribel is here. Yeah, I would take a peek in there, but there's quite a few guests in there. I was going to try to see how that meet and greet was going, but yeah, you can meet Maribel right there. Oh, look, Mickey and Minnie are here though. There he is. There's the boss. That's awesome. They look great. Looks like Goofy is still 55 minutes posted at least. I'm seeing that on the sign up there, but it's not in reality. That is not a 55-minute queue. There you can see it's posted at 55. If it were 55, it would be out here in the garden, or at least in here. Like maybe they fill these two switchbacks up, but it would be at least this and then possibly more in the garden back there, but it is neither. So that 55 minutes is doing its job. That brings to mind a conversation that we have often when I talk about doing the opposite. When you see, the goal is, okay, if you see a super low wait time like that 10 minutes at Monsters Inc., that's a call to action. People come in and they see an opportunity, right? And so it doesn't take long, unless you're in the neighborhood, it doesn't take long for that queue to fill up. It was already filling up when we left there before. So that 10 minutes is no longer 10 minutes. The actual is closer to 30, and then in short order it'll be 40, and now it's 50, right? So unless you're in the neighborhood like I was, and I took advantage of it right there, you're not going to get that 10-minute wait. The reverse is true also. If you see a posted wait time of 55 minutes, and you want, and that's sort of an outlier for that attraction. This attraction is usually 40, 45, right? So 55 on a day like today, where you have other opportunities. 55 is the sign, is the call to action to not go, to stay away. Don't get in that queue for 55 minutes. And what I suggest is you let, and I've said this before, you let that 55 minutes marinate for a little while. You see 55, that's not an opportunity to get in right now. Don't get in it right now. Let that thing do its work in dissuading guests from getting in there. Go find another attraction to do, wait 20 or 30 minutes. It's been about maybe 30 or 40 minutes since we checked the tip board before when we saw it at 55. That's what I mean. At that point, I would have started that idea of letting it marinate. Don't get in it yet, and by the time you get here, it'll look like this. That's a 35-minute queue, if that. It's probably 30. So what's gonna happen is, people are gonna start filling this up. They're gonna show up, they're gonna start filling up, they're gonna drop the number down to 30 or 35 if it stays this way. They're gonna drop it, and you gotta get into that. You want it to stay 55 for as long as possible so that guests don't go, but if it turns to 35, then you better be right here. You better be here when it goes to 30 or 35, because it won't take long for it to fill back up again and become 55 again. That's a lot of words that I just said to explain this concept, but basically do the opposite. And when you're doing that from high to low, let it sit, let it marinate a little bit. And sure enough, since I've been standing here, they have knocked it down to 45, so they have agreed that that is not a 55-minute queue. They're knocked it down to 45, but it's not 45 either. It's not 45 either. That's probably still 30, 35 minutes, this queue. But to elaborate on that point, if you have waited this long for it to come down, 45, you're gonna start, this is when you start losing some of that discount, because now they're gonna see it at 45 and people are gonna say, oh, maybe now's the time. And they're gonna start coming in from other points in the park. You wanna try to get in that queue when it's still 55 if you can help it, but it's been that way for, like it has been now, like 20, 30 minutes. All right, Golden Zephyr, that's always a go. If you ever feel the need to go on Golden Zephyr, even to that queue, which is longer than usual, that is a longer than usual queue, that's still a go. Easy peasy, that's still just gonna be 10 minutes. Little Mermaid is also a little busy. It's still not a big deal because they sometimes will run the queue over here instead of there, but they're running it down here. Hi guys. They are under the sea right now. We generally don't like to see the queue down there, but you'll trade it if they're not putting them in that little switchback right there. So that's some time saved right there. That's probably going to be 20 minutes, 25 at the tops. I saw on social on Thursday, and I don't know, I should have saved it. I always forget to do that when I'm in the moment, but I saw on Thursday, somebody posted a screenshot of a posted wait time here. Hey guys, a posted screenshot of a 70 minute wait at Ariel's Undersea Adventure. People ask, should I go on Thursday, on Thanksgiving Day? Is it going to be less busy or more busy? The answer is clearly more busy. Same thing for Christmas Day. Do not expect the park to be dead on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. Expect it to be packed, the most packed it will be all year. Looking at the sign through those guests right there, 20-minute wait. Hi guys, 20-minute wait there for Little Mermaid. That's posted. It's about right. Oh, this is looking a little intense right here. Oh my goodness, what's happening? And there's not even a kiosk, a festival kiosk back here. Are they meeting Jerry the Fox? No, Jerry the Fox is not here, nor is Doc Hopper. What is all of this congestion for? People just congesting, that's it. No reason. That's a deep cut for people who have been watching. By the way, Jerry the Fox and Doc Hopper, that's a deep cut. I know that you have watched this show for a long time. If you could tell me who Jerry the Fox and Doc Hopper are. And it's not the guy, it's not the grasshopper from Bug's Life. And this is the beginning of the part of the show where we chill out a little bit, start to relax. Grizzly Peak is one of the chillest, most relaxing places you can be at the Disneyland Resort, and we are going to enjoy some of that. And perhaps some of the Christmas decorations as well. Hi guys, how are you? Hi. Much busier in here than we normally find it, right? I feel a lot more energy in this place today than I normally find.
Look. There's no rocks, dude. Stop.
Is it even open? I don't see anybody doing that. Oh yeah, okay, there is a queue down there. I kind of wish they had that stuff here for adults. I want to do a zip line, a tiny zip line, not the big ones that you find, you know, that are really scary because I'm kind of a wuss. I'm afraid of heights. Well, I'm not afraid of heights. I often say, yeah, it's not the heights that I'm afraid of, it's the falling and the dying. That's what I'm afraid of. If you put me in an airplane, I'm fine. I'm fine in an airplane. You put me at the top of a skyscraper, I'm fine. But you make it feel like I could fall out and die, then I'm afraid. Hey, how are you? My goodness, they're making the rounds. That's where I met Jack Black and his son one day, many, many years ago. I was here with my son, he was here with his son. I did not bother him though, he'll be happy to know. I left him alone. But I'm a huge fan of Jack Black. Love that guy. Looks like Dale is on the trail. I think I saw, yeah, there's Chip back there. They're making their rounds. Santa also, he's down there. Is he meeting guests? I think he is. Let's see. Can we put eyes on Santa? There he is. Oh my goodness. Oh, delightful. Liz and I took Sophia to meet Santa at the Grand Californian, and then we had dinner at the Goofy's Kitchen, and we met a very wonderful Chip and Dale there, amongst others, but Chip and Dale were terrific with Sophia. It made the $300 dinner almost worth it. for 3 of us. How is that even possible? It was $80. I think it had to be $80 each for me and Liz, and then Sophia was like $50 or $60. So that's what, $220 or something. Plus we got something else. She got some coffee or something. I don't know. I just remember writing down the number 2. And that's with my discount, mind you. That was with my discount, $290 total. I tried to keep my cool because I'm a cost-conscious guy. I'm thrifty. I'm frugal. I have a respect for the dollar. And I have a respect for how hard it is to make the money that we make. Check in on Grizzly next. 30 minutes. There you go. That's a little bit more like it. I mean, dude, it's definitely warm enough out here. Definitely warm enough to warrant a larger queue. I would not be upset at all if I got wet right now. It is, it's still got to be almost 70 now, right? Let's see. It is 71. Yeah. Why are you saying no to Grizzly River? 5 minutes is offensive for perhaps the best themed attraction in the entire park. To not get in this queue is just wrong. You've got to. Hey guys, I finally rode. Not sure if you watched our stacking video yet, or not sure if I have published it yet, but we did. We rope dropped Grizzly River Run. That was our first attraction of the morning. So I've actually got ride-through footage finally of Grizzly River Run. I was solo in my raft. It was wonderful. And it was great. It was great. We had the geysers weren't out though, which bummed me out a little bit, or maybe not, because I was done getting wet. But that's the end of the queue right there. They're not going into the office. So yeah, total discount. Even at 30 minutes is probably not. That's not 30 minutes. I'm guessing. Hi guys. I'm guessing it's going to be maybe 10 in, 10 back, and that's about maybe under 30. Under 30 for sure. Oh no, and it looks like perhaps the geysers are still not working. I thought they were on when I walked by, but no, there would be one of them on at least right now. No geyser, no geyser, no geyser. And no boats either. I haven't seen a boat come by. Grizzly River Run also going down for a refurb on January 5th. 3 attractions closing on the 5th at the end of the holiday season. Grizzly, Emotional Whirlwind, and Incredicoaster. And I don't know, that's usually the time when they close Splash Mountain or Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but I haven't seen that pop up on the calendar, but look for Tiana's to go down at about that time. Finally, okay, a raft just came. Where are all the rafts? We haven't seen a single one come into frame, and that one is empty. The one that's coming our way now is empty, I think. Indeed, yes, it's got the red flag of no. That is a don't get on this raft flag. The attraction's not closed, but that particular raft is. There we go. Now we got, so they don't have to worry about the geysers. That's the laughing place at DCA right here. This is the laughing place spot. Everybody's freaking out about the geysers. It makes the show, man. Not that Grizzly River Run would be a bad show without it. Grizzly River Run, as I mentioned, is perhaps the best. Oh, there's Radiator Springs Racers. Okay, second best. I mean, but it's the best theme. It's better themed than Radiator Springs Racers, I think. Hey, how are you? I mean, for that individual attraction, I mean, not that it's bad. Radiator Springs is not a badly themed attraction. This is just better. It's awesome. I'm gonna rope drop it every week now. A little busy over here at Grizzly Peak Airfield, heading into Soarin' for our last stop. The queue looks actually kind of beefy. Yeah, that's a good sized queue back there. It's reaching around to the side of the building. You're looking at 45 minutes when it's there. I haven't seen the post yet. Usually have a sign right here. No sign. Yeah, there it goes. It says 50 minutes, and you're probably looking at pretty much all of that here with this queue. Wow, look at Carthay Circle, guys. That's filled up a little bit here. Back and forth day today. What's up, Donald? Hey, yeah. You like my hat? You do? That's awesome. Well, you know, I do have a Donald shirt. I'm just not wearing it today. I'll get you next time, okay? All right. Thanks, Donald. Donald like my hat. Not so crazy about my shirt. Reppin' Mickey. I'll get him on the next one. And I'll get you guys on the next State of Report at Disneyland in a week. stay tuned for that. Plus, if I haven't already, like this, as I mentioned before, the stack video, we're working on lots of stuff. More stuff coming to help you guys find the best way to manage your day here at Disneyland. And I want to thank you guys for joining us on this State of DCA report. We'll see you next time. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Respect.